All right, it's time for another junkyard run. What do we got here? Dongfeng. What is this? I've never heard of this car. It's interesting, but I don't think we're going for this one tonight. Oh, I think since having this DLC, we have not done a Jeep Wrangler. 2012 Jeep Wrangler, 94,000 miles on it. What's this got? This has a V6 in it. There aren't any swap options. Maybe we change that up. They want $8,300 for it. All right, this thing definitely needs some work, but I think we go ahead and build a Jeep Wrangler. All right, before we get going on the Jeep, I want to go over to the engine stand and I want to see what Dodge/Jeep engines we could build for this. Maybe make it a swap option. So going through our options, I think that we are going to do a Hellcat V8 6.2 Hemi swap into this Jeep Wrangler. This Jeep is nowhere near ready for an engine. We gotta tear this thing down, wash it off, all that before we can think about putting an engine in it. Let's take off what we can from out here and then we'll bring it into the car wash. All right, the grill does not come off. The body does not come off. Other door. So although this looks almost like a soft top, it does not look removable. That's unfortunate. Okay, it is stripped down as far as it can go. Let's get it over to the car wash. Sure, maybe it's just a rust color. Let's just do a rustic look on this Jeep. Steam clean that interior. All right, we're gonna use our Moretto welder and it is gonna take all of the rust off of the car. Boom, just like that. Brand new. Best $900 I ever spent. All right, the engine bay is actually pretty empty, so it's really just the engine that's got to get pulled out once we remove the transmission and drive shaft, all that. So let's get it all the way up in the air. I have never owned a Jeep, so it will be fun to customize one for the first time. We don't see this very often on the in this game, the solid front axle. Gotta love it. I don't know if it's that I just don't do a lot of cars that have it, but it's good to get a variety every once in a while. I think that this is going to be another one of those custom builds where we paint an absurd amount of this one color underneath. Totally unnecessary and necessary at the same time. All right, so this is four-wheel drive, so we got to take the transfer case out, then the transmission. It did not have a starter in there. All right, so that engine does not have an engine pan, so no oil. That thing's ready to come out. Let's finish tearing apart the rear end of the vehicle. Wow, it wasn't missing one U-bolt. And just like that, we have all suspension, gas tank, everything's out. We just got to pull out the engine. We'll get the engine crane. And there we go. We just have a roller. Well, actually, it doesn't even roll. It doesn't have tires. All right, let's get a new suspension put on this, and then we'll worry about building the engine. All right, we're going over to the paint booth. We have some of our suspension parts, and I want to see if we can paint them. All right, I think we're going to go cherry red with all of this. Oh, yeah. All right, front drive axles. Should we paint those as well? Why not? Red brake pads, please. So what's one way to make one of these projects last 5 times as long? Is paint absolutely everything. Well, you can get the picture. I'm gonna paint absolutely everything. All right, y'all, that took me so long that I actually changed my shirt. But we got it done. We painted absolutely everything red. All right, let's buy all new body parts for the Jeep. And now let's get all the body parts installed. All right, I have a feeling we will customize some of these parts paint-wise. We'll get the whole body painted, and then we'll decide if we want to paint up individual parts. All right, so here's the deal. We need an engine for this car, and like we said, we are going with the V8 Hellcat Hemi, 6.2 liter. Now, I already bought all the parts and upgraded them, so we can build this engine with the most upgraded performance parts. Gotta start off with an engine block, timing chain, timing cover. Now, once this is complete, this is a busy timing cover. Boom! Water pump. Now, the normal Hemi color is like that orange color. We are probably going to paint some of that red as well to match with the rest of the Wrangler. We have to put some pistons in. Usually put the pistons in from the top, but we're just going to go with how this game shows it. I'm thinking it might be a good idea to put crankshaft bearing caps on. Don't want it going anywhere. And that is 8 pistons. And now we're ready for the oil pan. 4 bolts, that's it. All right. Flywheel. Clutch plate. Pressure plate. Throw out bearing. All right, that's everything on the bottom. Let's rotate it back. Or rotate it forward, whatever. Performance engine heads. Springs already put in. And we got a crazy amount of valve push rods. Actually, this isn't as bad. The 24 valve with the push rods. That's a lot of push rods. Zoom in here real quick. All right, so this red rod right here pushes up on this. It pushes down on the valve spring, and then it opens up. That would be the intake. And then so same system over here, and it would be the exhaust. Lesson of the day. Engine head cover we are going to wait on because we are going to paint them. They're orange now. We will make them red. The red actually matches all the performance parts, so I like that. But I do want the contrast. Everything else will stay with the darker charcoal color. Like this Hellcat supercharger. That's not charcoal at all. That's like jet black. Idler pulley for the supercharger. Now we're going to start getting into the belts. Serpentine belt number 2. Told you this timing chain cover was busy. All right. It looks like this engine is 100%. Things go a lot quicker when you don't paint absolutely everything. Let's get this into the Jeep. Done with you. Let's take a look at this thing. Oh, snap. A lot of engine bay room up top. It sits pretty low, but we have a V8 swapped Wrangler, so we're doing all right. Air filter. Don't forget our clips. Can't forget any fuses. Oh, we already have the intercooler installed down there. All right, I'm going to move it like this to the paint shop because I have a surprise for the tires and rim. I worked on it behind the scenes and I want to show you, but let's go paint the Jeep. All right, up on blocks, good to go. I'm like, do I do a dark color and then like paint the fenders red or paint the hood red? Let's see if there's options. There's livery sets. All right, we're going to do this crazy second one. I really like that they did this as an option. And only $1,000 for this paint job. Let's go. All right, so I'm going to take it out of the paint booth, go put on these tires, and we'll take a look at the Jeep in its completed form out front. Oh, this is going to look so cool. All right. All right, so we're back outside of the shop. We put tires on, and this is our final product of the Jeep Wrangler V8 Hellcat swap. That turned out crazy. All right, so we got to make sure this thing can turn over. We also got to put interior in the car, but tell me what you think down in the comments. How'd we do? All right, one last thing we have to try to paint. I got stuck. I'm stuck behind the door. I'm stuck. You know what? I was going to paint it red, but we were doing I didn't even know this was an option. It is a carbon fiber steering wheel. Shoo. Oh, I left that door open. All right, let's see if this thing starts. Interesting little V8 there. That's supercharged. Oh yeah. All right, this thing starts now. We got to see how well it dynos. Let's see what kind of horsepower we get out of our Hellcat engine. I don't think I've ever seen a Jeep Wrangler on a dyno. There we go. Oh my gosh, this thing's gonna be crazy. We got this thing up to 1,200, almost 1,300 horsepower. The only thing left to do is to see how this thing drives. All right, we are out on the speed straightaway to see what kind of speed we can get out of this. Oh, this thing wants to go. Top speed 242 on this track. Let's see if we can beat that. I don't know if we're geared up for it, but we're gonna give it a go. Oh, I forgot about the damage. I forgot about the damage that happens. 221 miles an hour. I feel like it could go faster if we geared it, but I think that's plenty fast enough for a Jeep Wrangler. But I'm very curious to see how it does on the racetrack. It's probably gonna tip over. Lap record on the racetrack is a 149. Oh, it's really not geared for this. And didn't take long at all. Well, we're gonna right our ship. Oh, okay. All right, we're not drag racing here. Let's go. It counts towards the time. Doesn't matter if a vehicle flips. Oh. All right, we're gonna have to take it a little easier on the gas or on the throttle. This thing's got a lot of power. All right, long straightaway. Here we go. No. All right, not good for the racetrack. Oh, so damaged. Oh my gosh. It's so top heavy. We don't even want to take a look at it right now. All right, and there you have it. We couldn't even complete the lap. It is stuck now. Yeah, it's stuck. It is damaged. Oh no. Definitely didn't beat the track record there. Made it to 7 out of 10. Look at the steering wheel is coming out of the windshield. Dangerous vehicles, these Wranglers. And then I go and put over 1,000 horsepower in it. Don't know what I was thinking, but it looked pretty good. All right, well, until the next one, stay safe, drive safe. Definitely safer than this. And if you liked the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you're new here, make sure to subscribe as well. Peace.